The pervasiveness of smartphones in our digitally driven world has sparked a debate about their place in education. Should these devices be banned within the hallowed halls of learning, or should they be embraced as tools for enhancing education? This is the digital dilemma facing educational institutions globally. The use of smartphones in school is a complex issue. It requires careful consideration of the potential benefits and drawbacks. A growing number of countries are choosing to restrict smartphone use in schools. They cite concerns about distraction, cyberbullying, and privacy. A recent report by The Independent highlighted a significant increase in the number of countries implementing smartphone bans in schools. This trend suggests a growing global concern about the potential negative impact of these devices on learning environments. However, others argue that smartphones can be valuable educational tools. They can provide access to information, facilitate collaboration, and engage students in new and innovative ways. The key lies in finding a balance between leveraging the potential benefits of these devices while mitigating their risks. The debate over smartphones in schools is not merely a technological one. It is fundamentally about how we prepare future generations for a world increasingly shaped by technology. It is a debate that demands careful consideration, open dialogue, and a commitment to finding solutions that benefit all stakeholders. Smartphones, with their access to the internet and multitude of applications, have the potential to be powerful tools for learning. They can provide students with instant access to vast stores of information, connect them with peers and experts around the world, and engage them in interactive learning experiences. Educational apps and platforms can supplement traditional teaching methods, provide personalized learning experiences, and make education more accessible to students in remote or underserved areas. However, the same features that make smartphones potentially beneficial can also be highly disruptive in a learning environment. The constant stream of notifications, messages, and social media updates can divert students' attention from their studies. This digital distraction can have a significant impact on learning outcomes, particularly for students who are already struggling to keep up. Studies have shown that the mere presence of a smartphone in a student's line of sight can reduce their cognitive capacity and impair their ability to focus on tasks. The temptation to check their phones, even for a brief moment, can derail a student's train of thought and make it challenging to re-engage with the material. The challenge for educators is to harness the potential of smartphones as educational tools while minimizing their potential for disruption. This requires setting clear expectations for smartphone use in the classroom, teaching students about responsible technology use, and creating learning environments that are engaging and stimulating enough to compete with the allure of the digital world. The global response to the challenges posed by smartphones in schools has been anything but uniform. Different countries have adopted a wide range of policies, from outright bans to complete integration. Some countries, such as France and Turkmenistan, have implemented strict bans on smartphone use in schools. These bans are often driven by concerns about distraction, cyberbullying, and the potential negative impact of excessive screen time on students' mental health and well-being. Other countries have opted for a more nuanced approach, implementing partial bans or restrictions on smartphone use. For example, in Zhengzhou, China, students are required to obtain parental consent before bringing their phones to school. In France, schools have implemented digital breaks during the school day, during which students are encouraged to disconnect from their devices and engage in other activities. These varying approaches reflect the complexity of the issue and the lack of a one-size-fits-all solution. What works in one country or educational context may not be appropriate or effective in another. Factors such as cultural norms, technological infrastructure, and the specific needs of the student population must all be considered when developing smartphone policies. The debate over smartphone policies in schools is often heated and emotionally charged. It is essential to approach this issue with a balanced and evidence-based perspective, considering the perspectives of all stakeholders, including students, parents, educators, and policymakers. The debate over smartphones in schools highlights a larger question. How can we best prepare students for a future in which technology will play an increasingly significant role? Simply banning smartphones from schools does not address the underlying issues of digital literacy, responsible technology use, and the importance of finding a healthy balance between the online and offline worlds. Instead of viewing smartphones as a threat to education, we should explore ways to integrate them into the learning process in a way that is safe, responsible, and beneficial for students. This requires a multifaceted approach that involves educators, parents, policymakers, and technology companies working together. Educators need to be trained on how to effectively integrate technology into their teaching practices, create engaging learning experiences that leverage the power of digital tools, and teach students about digital citizenship, online safety, and responsible technology use. Parents play a crucial role in guiding their children's technology use at home, setting limits on screen time, and having open conversations with their children about the benefits and risks of technology. Policymakers need to develop comprehensive digital literacy frameworks, provide schools with the resources they need to implement effective technology integration programs, and ensure that student privacy is protected in the digital age. Technology companies have a responsibility to design products and services that are safe, age-appropriate, and promote responsible technology use. By working together, we can create a future in which technology empowers rather than distracts students, enhances rather than hinders learning, and prepares young people to thrive in an increasingly digital world.